Hey, it's Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit. I'm one half of the Dungeon Swag team, and I'm back for part two of making this record into a 3D map for my D&D game. And this is not a true D&D game. This is actually Tomorrow Comes Doom, my own system, but it's the same concept. So the first thing we need to do is we need to get the sand areas, which would be along the beach here. Oh, that's not even the right color. Okay, so this is just khaki from Apple Barrel. I actually like this color a lot. The last thing we're going to do is the water, by the way, so if you're, get some on the water, it'll be all right. And I'm going a little thick so I can get it down in the cracks and crevices. So we could put a desert anywhere on here, and if we did that, I'd say let's put it up here in the corner to where it's something that's on the map, but it's not some like a main focus. So we're doing that same thing. And who knows what lands lie beyond this area. I'll make it a little bit bigger, I guess. I don't know how big I want it, really. I hadn't thought about it too much. Alright, that should be enough sand for now. We're going to have to come back and dry brush that later. So now we want to get like a dark brown to do some of the dirt areas in the map. And let me shake this. What I'm thinking is, and I've never done this quite like this before, so just bear with me. We want to do kind of like the foothills of the mountains in that for sure. Or the bottom parts, I should say. They're not really foothills. We didn't build foothills. But this was a test, I didn't know exactly what we were going to be doing, so next time I do one of these, I think I'm going to have some better ideas of how to get situated. Now, mind you, there was another version of this that you guys haven't seen yet that is still sitting over there in front of the fan that I haven't checked to even see if it's dry. This was part one, and the other one was like attempt number 2. Or this was attempt 1, the other one was attempt number 2. So we're all learning together here. This is oddly satisfying for me. I don't know. I like painting in general. Though I usually more like painting like real terrain and stuff. But this is kind of fun and different. And I'm just going to get a coat on the whole top of these smaller mountains. Because I haven't decided what I'm going to do with those yet. And I think there might be something like a mesa or something maybe. I don't know yet. Or at least that one might be a mesa. I don't know. Alright, so now I'm going to get a little bit of a lighter brown and start working up the mountain some more. I did gray on the magic item map I made last night, and it looked okay. Alright, now I'm going to get something that's a little lighter than that. Actually, I probably should mix something because I don't think I have something exactly just one step down from that. So we're just going to get a little bit of this last color we used and a little bit of this territorial beige. We're going to mix down what we need. Something like that. Okay, I'm going to rinse my brush out. So, let's see here. We need to do grass everywhere. Kind of like have to. It's like obligatory. So I'm going to get some color of the green that I seem to have a lot of. Let me find one. What's that one I used yesterday? That was really good. Palm green, was it called? Kelly green. All right, I have a lot of this color. I'm going to get a little bit of a paper cup, and I'm just going to steal a little bit of my rinse water. And get a larger brush. Something that's, well, that's hard as a rock. Oh, I was using this with Mod Podge and I didn't use soapy water to clean it. It's okay. We'll get it softened right back up. Because there's a little bit of soap in my rinse water. We'll break that up. Get it softened up. Okay. A little more water in that. Get it so it spreads nice. Something like that. So we're going to come from the edge of our mountains. And if you overlap a little bit, that's okay. Okay. You get some spots that are a little deeper, just kind of dab it down in there. Because you don't want to be ripping up stuff fighting with this. This brush is probably way too hard too for what, because I need like a soft brush for this that gets in there good and easy, and I didn't do that. I used this brush because it's really the size I wanted. Now, this brush, or this green, is kind of going to be the undercoat of multiple different types of biomes or nature area types, I guess is probably I don't know if biome's the right word. I think biome's kind of a video game thing. I don't know. Actually, I kind of do know, but never mind. Just ignore me. I don't know if we have enough green to make it through. We have to make it a little bit more. It's going to be close. Lucked out that we had kind of enough here. There are some spots that we didn't get great, but I'm going to say this 100 times. If I say it once more, perfection is not a prerequisite of a good craft. Sometimes the little mistakes and things we didn't like or things we could have done better turn out to be inevitably amazing for what we're working on. So we're going to turn this and we're going to move that. Let's get some hot air. This is the +2 hot air gun burning. Okay. So we need like a color to represent the swampy area. So I'm grabbing this is called Laguna. We're going to downgrade to a smaller brush. And we know this is where our swamp's probably going to be at down in here. Okay. Clean that brush out. And then we know we want to have some different areas where the grass is less and more lush. So I think the way to handle that is going to be similar to how I did it yesterday for the painting thing I did. This paint's really, really thin, really watery. There we go. So I'm just going to get a piece of this green scratch pad. I'm just going to roll this up twice and make it into like a little kind of BS stamper. Get a lot of that paint off, and then kind of touch up some areas that might be a little greener than others. Just to give it some variety, really, because we have a lot more work to do. We got to come back and designate some forest areas and stuff like that. Okay, so we want to do like lush grass fields, right? So let's get a medium tone green and designate an area. Like maybe down in here, somewhere down here coastally. And let's really green this up, make that look lush and beautiful. And then we can also kind of have a forest in this area too. So if we go a little overboard, we can use that forest as the... See that? Just that little bit of stuff makes it pretty great. So what I'm thinking for forests is we can just take this green scratch pad I have. Do I have a darker one? No. Yes. Perfect. Alright, so I'm thinking we can take this green scratch pad and make a couple forest shapes out of it. Yeah, we'll make a couple of those. And then we'll get this darker one. We'll make some deciduous forests to put farther in the north, maybe. I'm cutting these off screen so I don't get paint all over them, because I'm very sloppy. So we have a couple deciduous forests and a couple pine forests. So we can't really put those on yet because this has to be pretty dry for that. We could do like a patch of deadlands maybe. So to do that, we'll just get some of my favorite color on earth. Pavement. Let's see where we want to do our deadlands at first, though. So I'm thinking this is probably a lush, good area with forests. Oh, I didn't wash that brush out for shit. Or at all, I guess. Okay. Maybe a deadlands somewhere, I don't know, over here. So when I say deadlands, I'm thinking of an area that's like a perpetual burning forest, or life can't be sustained here, or something like that. So I'm just going to get this and darken this up. I'm going to make it come up onto this hill some. Something like that. Okay. I'm going to get a little bit of a lighter gray. Let's hit this with a +5 hot air gun of burning and see if we can get a little bit of that cleaned up. Okay. Getting a lighter gray. I'm not filling it in as thickly. Then we'll rinse that brush out again. Hit this with the air gun. make it one more lighter gray. I'm leaving this stuff in the brush. Just grabbing a dab of this. All right, I'm going to get some orange and a tiny brush. I'm just going to kind of push into some of these little holes here. If there's any little spots of green you somehow missed, you can just kind of hit those too. And I'm just hitting that with a little bit of that. Then I'm going to come back with a yellow and do the same thing. And some spots I'm touching kind of by where I did the orange, but not right on it. I'm just going to create some different effects, I think, maybe to look like this is burning. Alright, so our swamp is getting drier by now, so we're going to come back with this Caribbean color. It's like a bluish, light blue. We'll get a dab of that. There we go. Clean off our brush. Let's get our swamp dealt with. I'm wiping a lot of that off. I'm kind of doing that same thing, making the deeper spots. Trying to make this a noticeably different color of blue here. So that just, you can say, oh, that's a swamp. You know what I mean? I'm going to do it one more time. And then I'm going to come in with a green, light green, and do the same thing that I just did. Just get a little dab. Okay. Now let's dry our hills off real good. In our desert area, and make sure that's all dried out. Okay, so for our hills, we're going to get our cardboard. We're going to get this beige. We're going to get a makeup brush. Maybe. Oh, it's up here. Let's grab some of that texture with that. You can do a little bit of that ground around there if you want. Oh. The hot air gun, the +2 hot air gun burning just fell down. It hangs on a little magnetic hook on the right side of my workbench. So I'm not sure how it fell. Okay. Something like that. We hit that one a little better. All right, let's get this brush and kind of touch some of the areas down here where it's hard to get in with that makeup brush and lighten these up a little bit. Okay. Now we have to do our water. This is something I'm not super excited about. So I'm getting this dark blue. It's called Admiral. And I'm going to switch brushes to my Army Painter Regiment brush. You might be saying, hey, Doom, your water is higher than your land. Well, you know what? Shut up. When you make yours, you can show me how good of a job you did. I love my sons, all 4 of them. But sometimes I know when a craft is bad or okay or good, or you know what I mean? Because I've been doing this. I know when it turned out the way I wanted it to and when it didn't. And very seldom does it turn out exactly as I plan. Sometimes I'm still okay with it, but you know, I have these grandiose ideas, but since I don't come up with like an actual plan of action of how I'm going to pull them off, they don't actually go off the way I want. So when any of the 4 boys criticizes my crafts or says like, Dad, your water's higher than your land, I obviously knew that because I saw it, I made it, I was there. But they just, ugh. I think it's more so the older boys that aggravates me. Like little boys, I don't really mind when they do it because it's like, you know, they're little. But the adults, boys, those 2 yahoos, it just irks the hell out of me when they do it. Okay. Make sure we get all that. Then we'll do the outline of this water with this small brush, and then we'll switch to something bigger. Oh, making a mess. whenever I decided to burn like almost 2 hot glue sticks just making a dumb looking ocean, I should have thrown this away and said, no, we're done. But I couldn't. Okay. Let's get a bigger brush for this. I never get the right amount of paint doing that. I always think I have a plan. I never do. Never goes well. Okay. Let's hit this with some air. Oh, what's my gun? Oh, that's right, it fell. Oh, my spleen. What do you think? We got something good going on there so far, I think. The 3D water, or the water sticking up higher, is going to irk me no matter what. Alright, so I got a couple colors here that we're going to use to check out to make our ocean and lake here. So I got this tropical blue that I think we're going to do the lake and the rivers with. So I'm getting that small brush again. Oh, wait. So the lake's deepest in the middle, right? So there's a thing about that. I'm not using this blue because it was ugly. So to show that it's deeper in the middle, we leave the darkest part in the middle there. And then we kind of come around the outside here with our mid-tone. Show that the water's not as deep here. We might as well do that at the coast too, right? Now we're going to set this color off to the side because we're actually not going to be done with this right after we do this part. We're going to need to see this color again in a little while. Okay, so then when we get this out a little bit, show where the water's not as deep. We'll set this off to the side, but we need this color again. Don't forget about this color, because I might. And we're getting this. Oh, this is gloss. Oh, do I have a lighter blue that's not gloss? Damn it. Oh my. Alright, we'll use gloss. It's fine. I saw this color and I bought it. I've used it before. I didn't even notice it was gloss. I like this color. Okay. So we're going to come. Drag this along our lake. I mean, our river. We're not hitting every single spot. We're just kind of getting the top of it and missing occasionally. And this is going to represent that our river has some kind of flow. I don't know how well that's going to look. This is just an idea. This ultimately might look dumb. Okay. And we want to do the outside of our lake with this lighter blue. And we want to stretch that all around the outside there. Around the outside, around the outside. Okay. Then we want to do the same thing on the shore, I suppose. Represent the shallowest of the area. Okay. Something like that. Now remember I said we weren't done with that one blue, that medium blue. Wash my brush. I'm going to show you what we're going to do with that. +2 hot air gun burning. And we're gonna get a bigger makeup brush. +5 brush of sparkles. Something like that. I think it looks okay. All right, so this needs to be dried, and this needs to be, the water needs to be Mod Podged, and you need to put your trees and stuff on. So let's hit it all with a dry real quick, and let's do our beaches, because we did not do our sand area for lightening it up. This should be a beautiful piece, you know, as far as color and stuff goes on the table. And that's nice because I enjoy seeing like nice. Oops. That's way more than I needed. All right. Now we want to not get every ounce of the swamp, or every inch of the swamp, I should say, but we want to get some of the swamp with that glaze, that shiny glaze. This is a swamp. Let's get a brush, a little bit of water with blue in it. Let's hit our ocean up. You gotta put a little bit of water in this Mod Podge though, okay? And it helps if it's got a blue tint, but if it doesn't, that's okay. My rinse water just happens to be very blue right now, so it worked out nice. Okay. I'm just gonna hit my little lake in the middle a little better. All right. Oh, we got drama. Missed a whole portion of coast here. Okay. So make sure you get that coast nice and shiny. Now it won't be as shiny once you spray this with your matte clear coat, but it'll still be a little bit because we're just going to do a really light gloss over this. All right, so for these, for our forests, we're going to hot glue them down and hit them with a dry brush, okay? So what we're going to do is figure out where we want them exactly to sit. I kind of want these to be northern. So let's see where they could go. Maybe like there, and maybe like that and that. Something like that. Okay. So we're going to get that in place. Just kind of push it down lightly. Let me get another glue stick because I don't know how much I have in here. Sweet. Okay. Then our deciduous forests, we'll do the bigger one here. Something like that. And then this other one we'll do over here, towards the edge. Okay. Now we can make some very small forests. And to do that, I'm just getting some of the scratchies. Okay. Just making a little spot. Getting that glue down on it. And make sure we don't have any hot air. Alright, so let's get our thingy bob here, and let's pick a green that'll complement those. So for the light ones, I'm going to do this palm leaf. Let me just get a makeup brush. Okay. You want to make sure you catch around the edges. We don't want everybody to know it's a scratch pad. Okay. Okay. All right. Oh, I forgot something very important. Okay. I keep forgetting this. Let's get a yellow. This is called ivory. Let's get a tiny dab of that. Wipe a lot of that off. And then kind of hit our desert area. This is like a whitish yellow. And then carefully drag it along the beach in certain spots. Okay. All right, everybody. Hey, this is a long one, but it was a big paint job, and I think it looks okay. I don't have any snow on my mountains, which I kind of wanted. And I do want to put a little flock right here on this mesa thing. So to do that, I'm just going to get some clear glue. Okay. And I'm going to smooth that out. Okay. Cover that whole top evenly and nicely. And I'm going to use what flock? I'll use this stuff I use on miniature basis. It'll look okay. All right, so when I take this upstairs and put it on the table, you'll see it dry. Right now it is not. I will hit this with a clear coat. I will shake, well, first I will shake off the excess flock, which that's an easy fix. I will hit this with a clear coat, and all we gotta do is figure out how to put markers on it. So what you could do, in theory, is you could get foam block or pieces of little wood or little pieces of plastic or whatever you have. And you could make things to represent cities. So say you base coated this black and dry brushed it in gray, and then you could just glue it where a city could be. Or you can make it look like a little ring of logs, or you could do, well, you could really do whatever. You could, it's endless. You have a million possibilities here, guys. So anyways, this is Doom from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit YouTube. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell icon, and go to the website and buy some miniatures. Would really appreciate it. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.